Hey guys, it's Ashley Halla back, and this morning on the cruise show we were talking about tipping, and a couple people on our staff don't really care to tip or think it's a priority, so we wanted to go into the studio and get some after show feedback about this topic. Let's go.
You honestly feel that way about tipping? You're being completely honest?
Yeah, dude. I don't see why we gotta fucking tip for every little service and shit. Like,
but specifically for waitresses, though, right? I mean, they don't you think? I mean, I could see your Starbucks argument, right? But the waitress one, I don't see.
Honestly, dude, I went to go pick up lunch earlier, right?
Yep.
And they don't ask for a tip. I asked her for a pen. I was gonna give her at least $1 or whatever, right? To have a pop, and then I have cash. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna just give her $1 on the fucking on the check. And I was like, can I get a pen? She's like, for what? And I'm like, oh, to write a tip. She's like, no, you don't have to. All right, cool. So why when I go to a restaurant and then they bring you the food, that's expected, right? You sit down, you expect them to bring you the food.
Yes.
Why do I have to tip them?
Because they're actually bringing it to you. She just throws it on the counter, that lady across the way.
No, they're not waiting. I'm waiting on them to bring my food.
Are you saying that like tipping is an unwritten thing? Is that like an unwritten law?
So because society says you have to tip, like that's why.
Well, society also says to wash your ass. You do that, right?
They don't tell me that.
Oh, okay.
But if society says jump off a bridge, you're gonna jump off a bridge?
No.
Because they say it's right?
A waitress is offering you a personal dining experience.
Say that again?
A waitress is offering you a personal dining experience. They're taking care of you the whole time. If you need a drink,
it's an experience.
That's on a good day.
They're waiting on you.
On a good day.
Yeah. Some people,
it's
I agree. Listen,
days.
some people hate their job. And you wonder to yourself, why are you working here if you hate it so much?
Right.
Yeah,
and you don't want to tip them, but you probably should still because they still served you.
No.
If they go to your table, you're sitting there the whole time. They go to your table, they take your order, they take it to the back, they put it in, they get it from the cook in the back and bring it to you.
Okay.
With great service. So that's why you should be getting a tip.
No.
Yeah.
So.
But why do you tip a masseuse?
And I know this feels like everyone against Edgar. You know what I mean? It probably feels that way. But there's a reason why a lot of people feel the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you guys are lying to yourselves.
What's funny is that like Edgar is such a nice guy. Like one of the nicest guys. Super genuine. And then he doesn't tip. Like, I feel that's so rude.
No, it
is a little rude.
Is it that you would rather spend your money on something else? Is it personal? Like, I'd rather
rude.
take my money and go spend it on something else?
It's like this.
I feel like
nah, here's what it is. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. Let's say you produce a really good piece.
Right.
Do you expect someone, at least one person, to be like, yo, that was dope, bro?
Yeah, that was dope. The same way
That's a tip.
That is a tip.
That's a tip, brother.
Well, hey, guess what? The food was great. Thank you so much.
That's not the same.
Yes,
That's not a tip. That doesn't pay the bills. That doesn't pay the bills.
Why
Well,
do you
if they
tip
need
your
to pay the
masseuse?
bills, if they need to pay the bills, guess what? That's why you go to school.
But not everybody can afford school. Some people do waitressing or waitering to get through school. I did that at Olive Garden. That was my job to get me through college.
You did Olive Garden?
Guess
Yeah.
what?
You didn't love Olive Garden, man.
Hey,
Jeff, what's the secret behind the breadsticks?
No, the salad. The dressing
Cocaine.
is so good.
Cocaine. No, I was kidding.
Why do they charge for dipping
So you
sauce?
actually were a waiter. So if you knew somebody was gonna leave you a bad tip, would you give them less of service? Like, would you bring their food?
No, I'd still do my job. I mean, you can
people-
almost tell some people weren't going to tip you,
Yeah.
but I always just do my job because those kind of people that don't tip are also the ones that complain the most. So, you know, like I was like, if they're hating their life and they're angry with you sitting at the table, they're going to be angry all the whole time they're there.
How many of you felt this way? You felt that you didn't get a good... what am I trying to say? You felt that you didn't get good service because of the way you looked?
Oh,
or
yeah.
the way
I
they
felt
thought
that,
you
yeah.
were?
Yes! Yes!
felt that
So I walk in...
That's different.
So I
That's
walk in with
different.
PJs and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, they're expecting me not to tip, so they give me shitty service.
Then you tip him better.
What if
Thank
they don't
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Then
you.
you
That's what
prove
I do.
them.
Because I'm like, motherfucker, I'm going to show you
Exactly.
that you made a bad fucking decision by treating me
It's
that
like when
way.
you go into like a jewelry store and you think that and no one shows you any attention, and then all of a sudden you buy something, you get attention, you're just like, screw you, you're like, fuck you, I'll buy it.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean you should buy that. You should spend... Why should you spend money on that?
Well, you're not. You're just doing whatever you want, but then it's like a fuck you in their face because they're like, oh, damn, I judged this person completely wrong.
And it's personal satisfaction.
Yeah.
No.
But
See, if we didn't have tip, they wouldn't expect it, right?
But it's the way
So then-
America is
so
set
then-
up.
Bro.
So then
America's
if they
set up
all
like that.
didn't expect it, no, America said
America's,
again,
I've
society set that
bartended
up.
in America and Australia, and in Australia I didn't want to get tipped. because
Well, they
you
don't
get
tip in
paid
Australia,
extra.
right?
You get paid extra, so you don't expect to get tipped.
But you're not expected to tip
no,
in Australia,
not at all.
right? No.
No tipping in Australia.
But that's
We're the only
difference.
country
He
that
said
fucking
paid
tips.
extra.
Exactly, Japan
but
doesn't
you
tip
get paid
either.
$25
So
an
Japan
hour.
They don't have to deal with this shit in Japan,
You're
man.
not listening
You
to
get
what
paid
he's saying
more,
though.
though.
You
What
get-
he's saying is they get $25
We
an
get
hour to be a waiter.
$25 an
Here
hour
you
there.
get minimum wage, $8.50 or whatever it is. So you
Yeah,
rely
but
on
I
that
think what he's
tip.
saying is, why is that my
Why
problem?
is that my problem, bro?
Because you're going there, you're a customer.
Oh, that doesn't
You
make it
choose
my
to go there,
problem.
but you choose to go there. That's part of the game,
So if I
man.
go here every day, let's just say I'm feeling good that day,
Yep.
and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you a $10 tip, right? And that's a great tip. I give him a $10 tip. So the next day I go, what if I want to go there every other day? I gotta leave a $10 tip every
No,
fucking
you
time.
don't have to.
No, you don't have to do
No,
that.
you're making yourself upset.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
Exactly. Okay, so
But you should leave some type of tip, a respectful tip.
right.
You know, and it doesn't always necessarily have to be, you know, you don't have to be dead set on a certain number. You know what I mean? That's why there's 15%, there's
10%,
20%.
And you
10,
can go
20,
based
30.
on the service you get. If it's
Of
really
course.
good service, give a better tip. If it's
Yeah.
not so much
How-
great service,
why do
then
you
don't leave a
tip
good
on
tip.
a masseuse that is giving you a service and not a waitress that's giving you a service? That's what I was confused about this morning.
You know, I'll be real honest with you. They give you a look like they're out there waiting for you to tip them.
The masseuse?
The masseuse, yeah.
So you
they're
do it out of guilt.
Well,
So
the
you get
waitress
that
is
guilt,
right there
yeah.
too.
You're the waitress.
You
too.
see the waitress on the way out, you're sitting there.
What about valet? Do you tip a
I
valet?
eat, I eat, I eat
Ooh,
out
good
more.
one.
I eat out more than I go get a massage though.
Hey,
so-
somebody on Twitter said if you can't afford to eat out, no, if you can't afford a tip, then don't eat out.
Yeah,
It's
true.
Or go to McDonald's
not
or
true.
something, you know, where you
That's a
don't
good
have
point.
to.
But you can afford a tip, obviously, but you don't like to.
No, if they want tip or if they want
You don't feel a
better,
little selfish?
no,
No?
no.
You have
'Cause
no
that's how you're
family
coming
or
off.
friends that are waitresses.
I used to
or
be a
waiters?
waiter myself.
Oh,
I used
shit.
I used to wait.
So
I
are
used
you
to
bitter?
wait. No, I'm not bitter. It was just your job.
No, but you were saying yours was different. You were at a hotel. Remember you told us the
it was
story?
a catering company.
It's
but
a
we-
catering company. That's different.
I
That's
got paid
different.
minimum wage, dude, and I didn't expect no tip.
But it was nice when you did get a tip, yeah?
I never got a tip.
Why? Were you...
They didn't accept
you
it.
have
It
city
wasn't
shirts?
allowed. It wasn't
Oh.
allowed. It's just like if Japan, they just it's offensive. It's not
Well, see,
allowed.
that's different. If it's not allowed, then
different
it's not
than-
allowed. Of course you didn't expect it because it wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't. There's no sign that says you must tip. If there was a sign that said you must tip,
That's
okay, then
rude.
I tip.
That's just
be
not
rude,
cool.
yeah.
Okay, so then why don't they just add the fucking tip to the
But
bill?
sometimes they do. If it's more
it's
than
a big
6 or 8
party,
people,
yeah, like
sometimes
gratuity
they do.
is
Is that
already
Because
okay?
they're putting in
So
even
why don't
more
we
work.
just avoid
Yeah, work,
the,
yeah.
whole,
Exactly.
the whole awkwardness? Let's avoid the whole awkwardness. Let's avoid the whole situation. Just up the bill. Just
Okay,
add
Edgar's trying to
$2.
change the law now.
It's not a law. There is no
No,
law
you're
that you
trying to
must
add
tip.
this though. You're trying to add. You're trying to make it.
It's not a law. Restaurants should just do that, just to be courteous. Like, hey, you don't have to tip. Like, you know, you
We're
don't
gonna
have to
put
make
18% on
Yeah,
top
don't
of
make
it.
our waitresses feel like shit. How about that? We just pay everybody equally, and that's that.
But then it doesn't
I
make
like-
them work harder.
I like
Here's
that you
the
don't have
thing.
to tip
We
Uber
need service.
drivers. You don't. I
So if
don't
you
think
get
you're
paid-
allowed to tip Uber drivers, right?
You
I
are.
can't-
didn't know
you have
for
to pay in
2
cash.
years. I haven't tipped an Uber driver in 2 years until last week when someone pointed out that you can tip them, and I feel like such a bitch.
See, because I was
I
told
didn't know.
an Uber driver, I tried to give an Uber driver a tip once, and he was like, I can't take
Didn't
it,
you
man.
think
Don't
it
worry
was
about it.
included
And
in
I was
the
like,
I didn't find
Yeah, and
that
I was like,
free.
oh.
I used Uber yesterday and
Okay.
I was waiting
Dude,
to
I
find
found it last week.
It's
No,
not on there.
It's not.
It's
It's
not
not
on Uber.
actually. You said it's
You have to
the
pay it
screen
in
that
cash.
pops up.
An Uber
Yeah.
driver if you want
Maybe
to
I
tip
was
them.
using Lyft.
Lyft
I
you
believe-
can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lyft
Lyft
you
you
can.
can.
But
Oh,
I was
Lyft you
baffled
can.
because I was like, I thought it was included in the whole price. That's the way they position it. I haven't tipped an Uber driver in 2 years, you guys, and I feel like a douche.
You have to do cash if you want to tip
Okay.
the Uber driver.
If
That's
I don't
cash.
tip somebody when they provided a service, I feel really bad. I
Yeah.
feel like, damn. Or if I don't have enough for a tip,
that's the
if
worst.
I don't have
That's the
no
worst.
cash on me, something like that,
Yeah.
it's like, and I'm in a hurry, you know, and it's like, fuck, man,
It
the
weighs
bill was
on you.
$30. All I have is like $3
Yeah.
in ones. I feel really bad. So the next time I come back, the tip is a little bigger. You know what I mean?
These are life choices, man. Like if they
It's your
it's
sure.
life
Listen, it's
choices.
totally
Look,
up to
dude,
you.
If they don't want, if they're expecting something, that's you don't know what they're expecting. You don't know if they're expecting $2, $3, $10. Like who's to say what they're expecting?
Well, listen,
Why
they're
not
expecting a pretty
instead-
good tip if the bill is big.
Right,
Yeah.
but why
And
not
if they did a good job,
why not instead?
I love people who love their job, by the way.
Yeah, you love their job.
Yeah. You know what? You let us know right now. Let us know how you feel about tipping. Do you agree with Edgar? You know Edgar, right? You met Edgar? That guy? What do you think? Let us know right now in the comments. Let's talk about it.